And welcome back to Gnomoria. So here we go. We got some themes I got set up. We're gonna make another sawmill because we are going to go through a lot of wooden planks. Because we're gonna need pretty much a lot of them for production, storage. We're eventually going to have to get into some bigger and better things. I got these guys. Oh, perfect. Okay, I was actually wanting to get some coal, but you, sir, or ma'am, found a bunch of tin. Look at that. Let's go ahead and start mining this up while we can. So yeah, as you can see, I had them set to strip mine before I started recording, just so I wouldn't have to do that. And oh, paid off. Look at that, first one too. Very nice. So they're getting the coal production up. We got them making planks, and there's more tin here. We're gonna keep collecting that as they go. Let's go ahead and speed things up. Let's keep that one going. Oh, there's even more right here. Nice. So yeah, I always jump into the bronze because it's a little more work, but it pays off because then it's just one less thing you have to upgrade later on. Because it takes a while. Let's see, it goes copper, bronze, and then iron. And iron takes a while to actually get to that stage. So bronze is pretty good. So I got 2 sawmills. Let's start working on some, let's see, birch planks, because we need that for some of the things we're about to make, which means we're gonna need some more wood. So let's see, what do we need? Oh, we're gonna make weapons too. Stone weapons for our new people when they show up. So we need blocks, which we got to, well, we can make, and then hilts. Oh, that's right, hilts and halves. So 2 halves and 1 hilt. So let's go make those out of pine. Let's see, 1 hilt and 2 halves. Those are basically the handles for the weapons. You have to have the handles, and then the blade or head parts go onto it. Now the reason I'm going to make the 3 different ones is because they all have their different purposes. I can't on the top of my head remember the difference between an axe and a sword. It could be that the one does a little bit more damage, or it does, well, I think that's about it. It would probably do more damage, but maybe it's a little slower. But basically, the swords and axes do mostly cutting damage, which is great for when you're doing lots of damage to a really tough opponent. Because the only way an actual death occurs is either they bleed to death from bleeding injuries, they take a really big critical wound, like they are beheaded, brain is punctured, heart is punctured, lung is smashed in. Yes, it is a very... It looks cartoony and cute, but it is brutal. It is vicious when it comes to the battle part. So yeah, it has to take, like, an organ has to die, and those are the main ones: head, heart, and lungs. And then what the hammers do are bludgeoning damage. I think I might have mentioned this before, but they're great against plate armor and bugs, which will eventually show up. They're mants, and they show up when you have excess of, like, extra food stored up that you don't actually eat all the time. They'll start showing up, and they're pretty tough. They're actually really tough when they get lots of soldiers showing up. They're just like giant ants, basically. And the tougher ones are very tough. But yeah, the bleeding damage is great because if somebody doesn't get a critical hit and die, they can actually bleed to death quite easily if they get multiple wounds coming on their bodies. So say, like, some goblin shows up and he's wearing a helmet and chest piece. Well, you can't really do a critical hit because you have to go through the armor first before you get to the body. You have to break them down. That's how combat works in this game. So if you go after their legs and arms, though, you could cut their arms, both of those, and their legs. So that's 4 open wounds that they could bleed from, and they could die because they don't use band-aids. Because they never flee. If they're bleeding, they just keep going. Okay, let's see how you guys did down here. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of tin. That is a lot of tin. Great. Okay, let's go ahead and dig this all out. We're just gonna have to work on our coal production, I guess. Oh, and storage. Okay, we're gonna need more storage. So let's go ahead, and I got this set to repeat. Let's make a bunch of crates for that, because we don't want that sitting around. So let's see, we can make 4 crates. And are you out of logs? No, you got 26, okay. So now the bigger and better things I mentioned, we need to start preparing for trading. And in order to do that, once the saving thing goes away, I can show you how that goes. So basically, we know that there's certain kingdoms will pop up once we hit a certain rank or worth. So right now, the first one we can find is this merchant colony, and it's 2 days and 18 hours away. So let's go ahead and click on this, and we want to say host ambassador. So basically, in 2 days and 18 hours or so, a gnome from a different kingdom will come, and in order to host them, we basically have to have a room for them to stay, and they're a little bit more picky than our own gnomes. They have to have a certain cost to it, which we will get into in a little bit. And then we have to feed and drink, or provide them food and drink constantly. They don't do anything else, but it's a payoff to let them trade with us, which is great. Now, in order to trade with them also, once we host ambassador, we need to make... I need to go here first. A merchant stall, or market stall I believe it's called. And I forget what we need for that. I think it's like a bunch of one thing. Where is it? Market stall. 3 tables and 1 chair. Okay. So we're going to get fancy, and we're going to make it out of birch, because we have lots of birch. So we're going to make some birch sticks so we can make the tables out of that and chairs. And so I think we're going to need more birch. So let's go ahead and go up here. Oh, not terrain. Silly goose. We're going to fill some trees. Do we actually have... Oh yeah, we got a bunch of birch in there. I'm not going to bother clipping them. I usually used to, but now that they actually drop clippings, it's way better. And I forgot about clearing this out because I intend on making the barracks up here. That I planted some birch trees up here on accident. Same with these pine ones, but they grow fairly quickly. So, and also we should probably start having them chop down some more of these trees. Since we're at it. Take out those. That one little one. There we go. So we got farmers going. We got the miners going. Let's see if they built those crates yet. No. Construction. Build. Storage. I got 2. That's probably going to be good enough. And, oh, I see we got lots of stone. So they must be completely full of stone up here. Yep. So we don't want any stone golems spawning. So let's see. I think we'll put it right alongside here. So desolate area, stockpile. We'll make it big because we'll eventually find lots of different stone types, and I like to vary what I use them to build with, like mainly the flooring. We're just gonna do raw stone for now. And they found more tin, that's great, but we don't need it right now. We need more coal first, but we should start getting some stuff built when they're not busy. Oh yeah, look at that, 54 tin and only 38 of that, and we got 6 silver. Interesting. Okay, I missed that. Oh, that's what this is. Okay, never mind. We need some tools and stuff, so we'll make some copper. Let's see. So yeah, this is the tin. I know that's silver. Okay, so the darker one is tin, and this is silver. Okay, that's okay. Silver can be quite handy because we can make these cute little like miniature gnome statues, and you can't place them anywhere. They're basically for trade, so that's a good way to get some nice trading going when you have diddly squat. Because I used to go and make everything like out of stone, and I'd make all these like miniature and giant stone statues, and I'd trade with those. Trouble is, it takes a while before your cutter can actually make something that's not worth dilly squat. So if you make the little metal ones, it's great later on. Right now we don't really need to, but eventually we'll have to worry about that when we get our merchant person. And thank you for reminding me, guys. We need to start getting ready for another farm because this should be going soon, and we're going to need more farmland. So I'm going to go fancy and make a space between these because I usually don't, and it ends up being just one big dirt farm. So we'll go, let's see, we want 4x12s, yeah. And we got the wheat growing this side, so let's keep wheat here. Let's make that a 3, put wheat. And we do have some cotton, so let's go ahead and make another cotton one. Because that's the main fiber we have right now at our disposal. Which I mentioned we have, it's good, very useful. Because the only other fiber that you can use is wool, but you need alpacas for that. And right now we don't have any alpacas, and it takes a while because we may only be able to afford like one. And then we'll have to wait till another person shows up to buy another one. So cotton is gold right now for us. So you're sawing logs, you're making stuff, perfect. I'm gonna make crates and then we'll make the birch stuff. Beautiful. Alright, oh, we got so many saplings sitting around. That doesn't look nice. Let's get rid of those. Plant trees. 46 pine. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and put those over here. I intend on putting a wall, like I said, around here. I'll probably put it on the other side. Well, maybe not. We'll see, but for now, these trees, they're gonna grow quicker than I can build that wall. Let's be honest, it's a future goal. Not a today goal. There we go. Plenty of spots for those. And let's do some birch. We got 7 birch trees we can plant. Let's go ahead and plant them down here with all these other ones. I'll eventually probably move these orange trees over into a different spot. I think I had quite a few, yeah, down here. I got some more over here. We'll organize it. We'll slowly but surely organize it. This, I don't know what I'm doing with this. Could do a little watchtower, but that'd be more pain than it is worth it because there's not much to build on right there. Okay, so everyone's sleeping, they're building. How is our workers down here? Did you click up? Beautiful. You got all that stone. Did you? Yes, you got that on top of that. Nice. So, might as well get an anvil built while you're waiting. We're going to need 2 of those. And then we're going to need some more copper because we need to make 2 hammers. One for armor and one for the weaponsmith. I guess they're sleeping because they're not doing anything right now. That's fine. And then we can make these when they wake up as well. Now that we got these all taken care of. So one of those, and one of those. Beautiful. Okay. So we got some trees chopped down, which coincidentally is what I've been doing the past 2 weekends. Family got some acreage, and they got some trees that they've been letting their grow since they started and built their house, and they're starting to get really big and kind of dangerous. Some of them were like the top halves were dying, so we had to get them so that nothing would break off and fall on somebody. Plus they're getting so big that they could eventually maybe hit the house or whatnot, so it was time for them to come down. There are a lot of these nasty trees that they're not good for wood. They're just they're kind of like weeds. They're pretty much overgrown weeds, these kind of trees there are. But he had some jewels in there. There was some maples that we chopped down. And so I watched this YouTube video a long time ago of some guy making a primitive bow out of just a solid piece of wood, which I found pretty interesting. And so I'm going to eventually try to do that. I found some nice chunks and I split them already, so now I have to let them dry for like a month. And then I can start carving away at them and see if I can make something. Be kind of cool to experiment with. I like to do that kind of stuff every now and again. So there you go. Here's building the farms. I guess we should start getting the rooms built for that guy. So this is going to be a production area, and eventually I'm going to have the Great Hall down here, which is the biggest way to get your worth up, is having a really nice hall. But right now we're going to start building some rooms. Well, I should say just one room, but we should start planning out for the other ones. So let's see. 2 hallways. Okay. I'm gonna make this the hallways as well. I went too far here, but that's fine. And this is already 2. So right here is gonna be the corner. I usually make them 4 by 5. Now the thing with rooms is just like everything else. They can have worth to them, and basically the worth comes from the what's built, the room's built out of. So right now, oops, don't want to do that. It's just stone, and the raw stone has no worth at all. But eventually, I will get fancier and carve out some blocks, and we'll replace the floors with blocks and the walls with blocks. And there's so many. Like, I'll go through real quick here. Let's see, just replace wall, which is a pretty handy feature. So we got block walls, which is basically the same look, but it's just smoother, and it's got like brick work looking. And then there's decorative stone, chiseled stone. There's tons. There's moon engraved stone. There's just so many stuff. And then you can mix stone and wood even. It's pretty cool. You can really customize how you want your place to look. But right now, it's going to be stone. Because that's all we have. But also, what you place in there will make the worth of the room increase. And like I said, the merch, or the ambassadors, they'll want something a little bit fancier, and the higher up, well, I should say, the more merchants you get, the higher their requirements become. So they get fancier and fancier. So this thing is actually full of planks. So apparently I didn't put this to put planks as well. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, look at them. They're so quick. We should make another carpenter's bench too, but let's do the mark itself first, and we should make some doors. I'll make one out of, I usually make it out of stone, but since we only have one colored stone, it'd look kind of weird. Let's go ahead and make one out of that. And then we're gonna make, what is it, 3 tables? So we want birch and birch. So 1, 2, 3. And then we want a chair out of birch as well. Okay. Now, that's going. Don't really need the metal. That's just kind of a secondary thing when I think about it. The farms are going. We got food and drink. It's getting a little bit low. Now, I think we could probably step it up a little bit as far as food and drink. So, instead of drinking, because we don't have much wine. 6. Oh, yeah, we're almost out of wine. Let's do this. Let's start making things out of the stuff that we have. Instead of just eating it plain, let's amp it up a little. So we need to build a kitchen and a distillery. So the distillery need 1 table and 2 barrels. And then the kitchen needs a table, a chair, and a knife. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do a knife blade. And we're going to need another hilt. Let's just make it out of pine since I don't want to use my birch on accident. Craft that. And then we're going to need 2 tables. No. Yes. 2 tables. So pine for those. And then we're going to need, what is it? 1 chair? No, that doesn't sound right. We'll make 2 just in case. 2 chairs. And then barrels we'll make out of pine as well. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have any worth, these workstations, I believe. Well, they have their 1 worth, but it's just the standard worth for having an actual workshop. So you could actually increase your worth by just having tons and tons of workshops, but it doesn't make sense because you can do a lot more stuff. Like, for instance, that silver we can use to make really big statues, or little tiny, well, the big ones, and we can place them and we can increase our worth. So let's actually start working on that because we need to do that as well. We're gonna have to make those little statue dudes. Come on. There we go. It wouldn't click. So if this is all silver, then we're gonna mine the heck out of it then. Because I thought it was tin. We didn't really need more tin. Oh my goodness, there's quite a bit here. I usually don't find this much tin or silver. Usually it's like a little tiny chunks. That's pretty nice. Very nice. Just keep going. Keep going. Oh my goodness. Alright, that should be good. We don't want to get too crazy because that does increase our worth. Just because it's raw, it still increases our worth. We don't need armored goblins the first time. So, what do we need for that guy? It's, I can't remember the name of that place. It's, what is it? Machine shop? No. Engineer shop? No. I should get into that in 1 second. Let me get this figured out. What is that? Metal worker? I think so. So we need an anvil, a hearth, and a billows. Okay. Anvil, hearth, and billows. So we got that. So we need the hearth and billows. Okay. Let me do this real quick. Billows. Billows. Let's make them out of pine. Just make a couple of those because I'm going to need more. And then a hearth. Well, we don't need to really do that. Just make like 3 of those. Okay. So the engineering is a cool place. It's basically, just as it sounds, it builds things that our guys will eventually, we'll have people make tinkering things, their benches, and they pretty much they sit there for hours just thinking of things we can build as gnomes. And it goes from the simplest things such as like a lever, which has no purpose until it has mechanical base, which is attached to like a door and traps. You can make these cool traps that will automatically activate when somebody steps on it, like bad people, not our own gnomes. That would be silly. But like blade traps, spike traps, and then there's also these walls that we can use to make gatehouses. Basically, you pull the lever, door goes up and it goes down. And then there's crossbows and guns we can make, but you have to start with the simplest stuff, and then they advance into the bigger, cooler things as they go. Eventually, we can make prosthetic limbs, and then what are they called again? Automations, something like that. They're basically like machines that are like gnomes, where they have their own skills and they can increase them, but they don't sleep, they don't eat, they don't drink. The only thing they need is coal to, create energy so that they can keep going. So that's pretty cool. And you can rebuild them if they get destroyed. So that's very handy. Because gnomes, they don't work that way. You can't. Well, you can rebuild them. You can't quite make them the same, but you can put like robotic arms and stuff on them. It's kind of neat. Okay, so we got the rooms built. So let's go see if we got that door built. Let's see, furniture, wooden door. Let's go plop that right there. And then we might as well make a torch for this room, which is still under furniture. Torch. And I usually put that right there in the middle. And then we're gonna need, also on the furniture, what that it was? Straw bed? What is a straw bed? Yes, that says skull on a pole. You can make one of those. Oh, a trough. We should make one of those too. Straw bed. There it is. It was hiding from me. Plop that right there. So once those are built, then we can have that as a room for somebody when they show up, the ambassador. And that'll be good for now. I will eventually make it into a proper bed, but we just can't do that right now. So the troughs are very cool. They're, just as they sound, they're animal troughs. They hold food and stuff in them. Well, mainly just food. They actually, these guys don't drink. That's kind of weird. They might add that in eventually. But instead of having the straw on the ground, they'll put it in the trough when it actually holds more, I think. Like these will stack to 16. I think you put 32 in a trough. Okay, so that's going. We got a couple things down here. We should replant those whenever we have the chance. Was that orange? Yes. Orange clippings. Let's plant those. You know what? That's kind of small, and this is so flat. It's perfect for farms. So we're just going to probably keep this for the oranges. And we needed a couple for the birch trees. Right there. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, we're getting so much done. It may not seem like it, but we're getting a lot done. Okay, and then market stall. I'm just going to stick it in here probably. I think they're done with everything. We will see. Market stall. Oh, they're missing a table. Torch. Did I not make... Yeah, birch table. Needs sticks. Are they out of birch? They are. Okay. That's bound to happen. Okay. So let's get rid of those last 3 there. And then... So it kind of zigzags a little bit here. There we go. Looks about right. Is any hidden birch over here? No. And it's all here. Okay. So this is going to be orange trees. We could have 2 orange trees, orchards. Start clearing out this little hill. Could put a tower here maybe. Or we could put the training grounds. It's right there in the center. Clear out a few of those. And how is our pine logs doing? We are out of pine logs. Okay. I'm going to tell this guy not to make any more. Because I think he's using up all the wood. And he's not using it to make coal. So that's not good. Kind of need a balance. So let's see. Let's start getting rid of these now that they're all grown up. Start clear cutting this whole area. Oops. Oops. Oh, and there we go. Our gnome. I forgot all about him. So it says Ambassador of the Land of Idlenesses has arrived. So hopefully he doesn't get mauled by anything. I forgot to look to see if there's anything out there. But he cannot pass because our wall is, well, our floor is missing here. So we need to build a floor back up. So let's go build, terrain, and let's do just a clay one for now. Let me get down here to the dirt level. Bam. Because I have done that. I'm like, why are you not building that? And then I realized I built it up a floating layer, so it's like they can't reach it, and it wouldn't do any good anyways. Alright. So you should be coming along pretty soon. Oh, they're going to go pick that fruit, because it's just been bugging them this whole entire time. Because I forgot to let them do that before they left. And this guy now has a room. So let's go designate that. So if he wants to go sleep, he can go sleep. Oh. They don't have any sticks for that, so that's why they haven't built that. Okay. But he needs to get inside sooner than later. Because if, well, yeah, it's the first day of summer. We need to get him inside. Because if something bad happens, something bad's going to show up, dude. Get inside. It's usually right around the change of the year, or the seasons. I couldn't think of the word. Seasons. Okay, come on. Oh, if you kill us all because you didn't get inside, I will never forgive you. I seriously don't have the time for this, dude. Goblins are going to show up, and I'm not quite prepared for them. Oh, that guy's going to be an idiot, isn't he? Okay. I do have my one warrior. We're just going to cancel this torch for now. And maybe he'll come in here and go to sleep. Let's see. So we got to go to designate area. We want room. We want personal quarters. And I usually go down here and include the door. And we want to make this for Deal Ambassador. And there you go. Now he has a place to stay. Maybe that could be why he didn't have some place to stay. Yeah, see, it says room worth of 450. And if we click on this, it's only worth 14. Oh, that's pitiful. So we need some furniture up in here. Like stat. Okay. That's why, well, he'll eventually come and sleep on the straw beds. But that's why he's just kind of lingering around here, because he's just not good enough. And bam. Okay, he's in. Whew. We need to get rid of this again, quickly. Remove floor. Remove floor. Okay. There. Oh, great. 4 nomads showed up, and there's a bear! Oh, I forgot to look for animals. Okay, we're lucky, though. Actually, animals don't attack anyone until they either get really close to them, but they will try to avoid them, or you attack them. So that's pretty good. Okay, don't do that. We need to put these people in there. So we have 4 new nomads. That's pretty good. We can put them to work, because we need workers. Population, okay. We go to assign. So when they come up, they're called nomads. So we can go over here and see this guy is a wood cutting with 21. These will be basically like their top skills. So we see the builder's good at construction hauling, because that's the main ones they do. And this has to do with anything that their farmer is supposed to do. But the nomads, since they don't have no jobs assigned, that's what we find out. So this guy is actually a good woodcutter. So that's good. Oh great, and this guy's a woodcutter too. He's actually a bit better. And this guy is construction, so I could have another builder and then, oh, another woodcutter. Alright, let's see. This is actually really good. 29. So you definitely will be a wood. Okay, make this guy a woodcutter. What are we gonna make these other two? Dewey, what are you? What else are you good at? What's your secondary traits? Woodcutting, carpentry, woodcutting, smelting is 12. That's not bad. Metalworking's 12, 12, 10. So you could be a blacksmith. Jewelry's not bad. Tailoring, that's not bad. Leatherworking, that's pretty good. It could be a rancher. Prospecting, not biggie. Engineering, 13. Okay. How about your combat skills? Anything fancy? Armor, dodge, not really. You're gonna be a worker, that's for sure. I think I'll make you a blacksmith. I kind of do need a blacksmith. So Dewey the blacksmith. Okay, Dewey. Where did you go? Dewey. Blacksmith. Okay. Oak. What are you good at? Jewelry, weaving, tailoring. Could be a farmer. Always need farmers in the beginning. Well, later on. Right now we don't need them because we don't have much farms. Mechanics. You could be an engineer as well, but butcher. You could make you a rancher. Let's do that. Cooking too, yeah. Let's make you a rancher. Because I will need 2 of those. There's our timer. So Oak the Butcher, let's do this real quick. Oak. Rancher, I mean, sorry. And then... Becca? What's your secondary skills? Quickly. Okay. Oh, you got decent at an axe. 11. 15 in dodge. You might make you a warrior. We could use a secondary one. Let's see about your skills first. Let's see. Nothing. Nothing really. Pottery. That's not really biggie. Wood carving. I don't need that. And horticulture and butchery. Yeah. Well, oh no, you're construction. That's right. You're gonna make you a builder then. That's right. Becca, the... I don't know why these things are popping up and they're not going away. The builder. Very nice. Builder. Done. So there we go. We got 4 new nomads. We got ambassador. So once we get some construction going, we can build some more furniture in his room, and he can have a market guy come in, and we can actually maybe get some more yaks going, or some alpacas, or emus. Yes, I don't know if I mentioned this before. Emus. You can have scrambled eggs. It's great. I will see you guys next time.